6th grade lesson 10.6 is area of regular polygons. Now, polygons, as a refresher of memory, are those shapes that have straight edges and they are enclosed like a fence, so the horses can't get out. So there's no opening to it, and they have straight edges, no curves. So that's a polygon. A regular polygon means that it is not just a enclosed space with straight lines. It's also all of the lines are equal to one another for it to be a regular polygon, and all of the angles are equal to one another. So you might have a triangle, an equilateral triangle that has all sides the same and all angles the same. You might see a pentagon, 5-sided, hexagon, 6-sided polygon with all of the sides the same, all of the angles the same, octagon, 8-sided, right? All of those are what you're going to see. And this lesson is going to teach you how to use what you already know in order to find the area of those if you are in a situation where you do need to find the area of those. So let's get started. All right, so our book talks about a section of the soccer ball that is shaped in the shape of a regular pentagon. Regular meaning all of my side lengths are the same. Although all of these would be 20 centimeters, all of my angle measures would be the same. That's that regular piece. That's what word gives it away. And they give me a measurement for the length, 20 centimeters for all of my side lengths. They gave me this measurement too from the center of this regular polygon, this pentagon, from the center to the bottom or to any point. Any line on here is a 14 centimeter height. So what we could use this information for, if I needed to find the area, if I needed to paint that section for whatever reason, I could use what I already know as far as area, because if you look at this, you can see that if I were to extend from the center to the end of that line, I end up with a triangle, right? And if I continued doing that all the way around, I end up with a lot of triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be precise. And you always know how many because there's 5 sides. So if you were doing a hexagon with 6 sides, you'd have 6 triangles all put together. If you were doing an octagon with 8 sides, you would have 8 triangles all put together. And so if you recall the area, the formula to find area of a triangle is we take that base times height of a parallelogram and then we cut it in half because every triangle is half of a parallelogram. So 1/2 times the base times the height is the formula we use to find the area of a triangle. So if I needed to find the area of this regular polygon, I'm going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and take the area of this first, step 1, find the area of a triangle. And once I have that, then I will just multiply by however many triangles there are. Well, that's going to be how many sides there are. So I would multiply this one times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and do the math. We have the area equals 1/2. I don't know the area, so I'm leaving it as a variable. 1/2 is already a number, times the base, which is 20, and times the height, which is 14. This is multiplication. All operations in this equation are multiplication, so I can go in any order. Commutative property of multiplication says it's okay as long as all that's there is multiply. And I'm going to do half of 20, half times 20. So 1/2 of 20 is 10. I haven't done anything with that 14 yet, but now I will. 10 times 14 is 140. That is the area of just this triangle. Okay? So, now that I know that, then I know all of the areas of these triangles are also 140. There's 5 of those. So my step 2 is take that area of the one triangle and multiply it by how many sides there are, because that's how many triangles there are. And 140 times 5 is 700. And that is centimeters. I should have put the centimeter square there, centimeters square there. Centimeter times centimeter is what I did here to give me centimeter square, and it stayed that way. And so my area of that pentagon is 700 centimeters square. That's all you do. Step 1, find the area of the triangle that would be involved here. And then step 2, multiply it by the amount of sides that regular polygon has. And that's pretty much it for this lesson. That's all it is. But let's look at one more example just so you can make sure you're getting it right. So again, step 1, find the area of the triangle with the dimensions they hand you. Step 2, multiply by number of sides. Multiply the area by number of sides. And again, reminder, area of a triangle, area equals 1/2 base times height. All right, so let's do step 1. Let's find the area of that triangle. And they didn't draw that triangle there for us, but let's just go ahead and draw it, pretend those are straight lines there. We have a triangle, 1/2 times the base, which is 4.2, times the height, which is 3.6. Good. Practice on our multiplication with our decimals. Now I could do half of 4.2, I could do half of 3.6, or I could do 4.2 times 3.6. Since the only operations in this equation are multiplication, I could go in any order, commutative property of multiplication. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm choosing to go ahead and take care of the 4.2 times 3.6. Good refresher on my decimals. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Cross off what I did, placeholder. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12. Add those up. And then I have one baby there and one baby there. That's 2 babies in the car. 15.12. I didn't do anything with that half yet. I had just multiplied those. Now to do half of 15.12. Remember, multiplying by a half is the same as dividing by 2. So I'm doing 15.12 divided by 2, decimal up to the top. 2 goes into 15 7 times, that's 14, 1 left over. 2 goes into 11 5 times, that's 10, 1 left over. And 2 goes into 12 6 times. My area of the triangle is 7.56 meters squared. That was step 1, area of the triangle right there. Now I will multiply this area times the amount of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will do 7.56 times 6, 36. That's 33. And that's 42, 43, 44, 45. 2 babies in the car, 2 babies in the car. The area of the whole hexagon is 45.36 meters squared. Hopefully that all made sense to you. If you need to more neatly, you could write down those steps, or I do have them in the notes for those who have access to the notes. I did put those steps in there as well. But that's it. With the practice that you get, it will all make sense, I think. Good luck.